Hey guys, so today I would like to talk about next generation Xbox or Xbox Next as some people call it. So there was this big leak doing its rounds a couple of days ago, but I was quite busy, couldn't make a video about it. So here I am today, a couple of days later, sure, but I really wanted to talk about that next gen Xbox potential specs. There's quite a lot of new information about it, and I've got my own unique perspective on things as always. But before we talk about it, let's check iniba.com. They offer games for Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC, and they always have a ton of games on sale, like top games. Give the gift of gaming sale right now, so let's check it out. There's Uncharted, God of War, fantastic game, Red Dead Redemption 2. If you haven't played it, do yourself a favor and please do. Control, let's check Control Ultimate Edition with all DLCs and stuff. Let's select the cheapest price, so click buy now. And all you have to do now is just proceed to checkout, or you can add more games. Resident Evil 4, why not? But yeah, let's just proceed to checkout, and all you have to do now is just select a payment of your choice, and you are done. That's it. So guys, iniba.com, you will find the link in the description of this video below. Okay, so let's talk about next generation Xbox Next, as some people call it. Now, there was quite a lot of leaks surrounding this new console. I mean, first off, a couple of months ago, back in September, I think, there was this huge FTC leak. Basically, Microsoft unintentionally have made some documents publicly available. And yeah, I mean, funny enough, shortly after, Phil Spencer did came out and said that a lot of these documents are old and things have changed, I guess. But in these documents, the slides suggested that a next-gen Xbox is being planned for 2028, late 2028. These documents also were talking about, like, Xbox refresh and that kind of stuff. But later, even after Phil Spencer came out and said that, hey, these documents are old, things have changed, there were a number of people that were saying that, yeah, things have changed. And Kepler L2 was one of them, and he was actually saying that back in September that these documents are old, or they are not necessarily up to date, right? So things have really changed, and he was suggesting that next-gen Xbox is going to be earlier than 2028. Then Jeff Grubb a couple of days ago also came out and said, yeah, hey, I'm hearing 2026, so late 2026 for next-gen Xbox. And now we've got a couple of other people talking about it too, like Paul of Red Gaming Tech as well. And I think he speculated recently that what kind of technology they may be using and that kind of stuff. So I go check his channel and videos too. But today I want to talk about this information. So this is videocards.com article from a couple of days ago, like I said, and they talk about the next-gen Xbox rumors, and they suggest that the new Xbox may be using both Zen5 and RDNA5 when it comes out, probably in 2026, right? Now, the article talks about the original leak from FTC, and also they talk about PlayStation 5, because they've got this nice table over here where they kind of summarize both consoles and the available technology that should be available around the time these consoles should launch, right? And if you look at PlayStation 5 Pro, well, so I think they are planning to release the new console next year, so late 2024. So as you can see, who knows, maybe the RDNA 4, right? At least some parts of it, right? Zen 5 will be available too, but Hey, I think and a couple of people spoke about it already, when it comes to PlayStation 5 Pro, they will just stick to Zen 2 CPU for compatibility reasons, right? I mean, they probably would have to change the SDK a little bit more than if they were to go with like Zen 5 and stuff, right? But anyway, let's talk about Xbox, because according to this table, and by the way, these are just, I guess, plans, AMD plans, when it comes to when they are planning to release some of these technologies, and some of these technologies may get delayed, right? And that happens a lot. And but if you look at Xbox Series, well, they call it Series Next, right over here, but we are looking at RDNA5 for the GPU, and even maybe Zen 6. I don't think that's going to happen because, like I said, things may get delayed. And who knows, maybe RDNA5, that doesn't necessarily, next Xbox doesn't necessarily have to come with RDNA5, really. It may as well be RDNA4 if it gets delayed, right? Especially that, they will sometimes need to have these available a little bit earlier for like testing and that kind of stuff. But anyway, but I don't really want to focus on these RDNA, Zen5, 4, 6, whatever kind of things, because that's just marketing speak. I mean, yes, sure. I mean, the newer version of a GPU you've got in your box, the better it runs, it's more efficient, that kind of stuff. So I'm not saying that it doesn't matter completely, but I would say that at this stage it's just too early to talk about it, because there's a lot of things that really matters when it comes to building a console. It's not only what kind of technology they will be using, but also how many cores CPU will come with. Same for the GPU. How big is it going to be? How many work groups is going to have, right? What clock speeds, right? I mean, hey, Switch 2, which apparently is coming out next year, is going to be using one of the latest NVIDIA GPU technologies, but it will have very little cores or work groups or CUDA cores, and it will run at lower clock speeds. And even though it's a newer technology, it won't be faster than PlayStation 5 or even Xbox Series S from what we're actually getting, right? So yeah, technology is important when you consider or compare, similarly spec'd consoles, I guess. And the new features and that kind of stuff, and we don't even know if, for example, PlayStation or new Xbox will come with a full RDNA5 or RDNA4 and that kind of stuff. Because there's always a lot of custom work that goes into these consoles and stuff, right? So I wouldn't really get too excited about it at the moment, but I actually like the fact that Microsoft is actually thinking about releasing console a little bit earlier than people thought. Ideally, I would say I would prefer maybe, and only because we would get it earlier, but I wouldn't mind an Xbox Series X Pro. But I guess it doesn't really make sense from Microsoft's perspective, because they kind of did Pro already. I mean, they've got two consoles already. They released Xbox Series S and X at the same time. And I don't think Microsoft is going to do it ever again. I'll probably talk about it in another video. I'm planning to talk about Xbox Series S a little bit. I've got a lot of thoughts on this console, especially after the latest holiday season. And I don't think Microsoft will do it again. If anything, they will go back to they handled Xbox One X. So release Xbox Next earlier, 2026, and follow up with a Pro upgrade like 4 years later. It will make sense because they will only have one. And also there's an interesting video from Brad Sams who talks about it too. He believes that they may actually release, there may be a companion console, like low spec companion console too, but that, when they, along with the Xbox next, but it would be streaming box basically, right? So not a proper console, if you know what I mean. So, and also let's face it, like developers have been complaining about like supporting these two consoles at the same time, and Xbox Series S not being powerful enough, that kind of stuff. So that was a headache not only for developers but also for Microsoft trying to help them to develop games. So I don't think Microsoft will do it again. So if anything, we are looking at pretty hefty upgrade when it comes to next Xbox, both CPU, GPU wise, memory wise for sure. I don't want to talk about specs because it's just way too early. But yeah, I guess the whole idea behind like next gen Xbox a little bit earlier actually makes sense, because that will put them way earlier on the spot when it comes to next generation, new console, more power, you know, better graphics and everything, and everything better all around. Yes, it will be 2 years after Pro, but I guess, you know, I'm sure they will be talking about that next-gen Xbox a little bit earlier. So we'll see. So we'll see how that goes. From their perspective, I guess it makes sense. Me personally, like I said, I would like a Pro, but we're not really going to get it. I mean, it is what it is. So looks like Xbox Series X refresh is not coming either. Last question I would have really is, what about that controller? Because they were talking in these slides, they were talking about, like, you know, the new rumble features, just like PlayStation 5 controller has, right? So I'm just wondering if, you know, has that been scrapped too, or maybe that will get into the new Xbox? Possible, right? It's possible. But anyway, guys, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, nice to be back doing some videos. I've been very busy lately, and I'll probably update you shortly on what I've been, doing. Christmas is coming very soon. Like, there's a lot of changes in my life right now, and you know, there may be some changes to the actual channel too. Again, I know, but it is what it is. Private work stuff and that kind of stuff. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.